Good morning. Good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? It's Thursday, which means it's date night. We might have a basketball game. If we have a basketball game, we're not going on a date, but we will find out this morning. And some trash in my neighborhood, pick it up and put it in the trash bin. I hope you all slept well. I did something last night. I felt that my eyes looked very saggy and kind of dry. So last night, yes, the fall trees are magnificent here. They are gorgeous. Last night, I slathered my under eyes with eye cream, like literally slathered it. Looked like, I'm not going to tell you what it looked like, but use your imagination, on my face. And I woke up this morning and it still feels soft. Now, obviously, I still have wrinkles, especially here because I sleep on my left side. And also I'm 45. But that slathering on a good eye cream before you go to bed, why have I not been doing this? Also, I started keeping my eye cream in the refrigerator. Next level, folks. Put some of that cold eye cream around those tired, droopy eyes. You will be like, oh shit. Well, I have one that I keep in the refrigerator for morning and one that I keep in my bathroom at night because I don't want no cold ass eye cream on my eyes at night. But anyway, I put a little stuff on my lips last night. I was in a mood for a little self-care last night, I think is what it was. And honestly, we had so many sports last night and so much homework that I fell into bed. And one of my new sleep habits is, you can't hear me? Why not? That's weird. Can anybody else hear me? Just let me know if you can hear me. I see you. Good morning. Just somebody tell me if they can hear me. Push a heart or something if you can hear me. What brand of eye cream? Okay, so obviously you can hear me if you knew the eye cream. The one I'm using now is one that Scarlett gave me for Christmas. I need to look and tell you what it is. But I have a Thrive one that I love, and I actually have a discount code. So I'm going to post that for you in the comments because I got a discount code because they sponsor my podcast, and I use all Thrive, so many Thrive products that I love. So I'll post that for you. I don't get any money from that, by the way. You guys just get a discount. It's not a partnership, I don't get any money. I don't recommend any product unless I really love it. So if I'm recommending it, I love it. Anyway, I have to tell you that I had this experience this morning and I was kind of out here walking, looking for inspiration. Lord, what is on my heart this morning? What do you want me to talk about? What do I want to feel this morning? That's another thing is I've really been leaning into, what do I want to feel? And what is the conversation I want to have with this community? And how do I want to make them feel? And y'all know I love you, and I could tell you that every day, and I try to. But as I was walking this morning, because I'm walking in my purple shirt now, I look like Grimace trying to sell you some McDonald's. I saw this mom in my neighborhood, and she had books in her hand and two sippy cups and a stroller in her left hand. and the little ones are running and they're trying to go by the street, but like also not. They're going on people's lawns, and she's trying to corral them, and they're waving at the garbage people. And I see her, and in this moment, I see how tired she is, how frustrated she is about all the shit she's carrying, how challenging it is to corral 2 boys under 3. And I remember, because I had 3 under 3. And I remember that feeling of like, we have so much shit, diaper bags and books and sippy cups and outfits and things, blankets and whatever, and they're not listening. And I remember it, and it felt like such a blur, and it felt so labor intensive. And I can remember well-intentioned people, how about this piece of hair that's driving me nuts? Well-intentioned people who would say to me, it goes by so fast. I know it's hard to enjoy it, but try to enjoy it because it goes so fast. And when people would say that to me, my skin would crawl. My skin would crawl. And I would be like, because it's like taking the worst shit of your life, the most painful, worst shit of your life, and having someone peek their head into the bathroom and be like, it is going to be so worth it. You are going to feel so much better. You are going to feel so much better when you get this shit out. Like, yes, we know, obviously. But in the moment, it is challenging and excruciating and painful. And it's also joyous and wonderful and amazing. And every day you can't believe that you get to be their mom. Like, you just can't believe that you get to be their mom. You're looking at your kids going, how did I get you? How did I get so lucky? Doesn't God know that I used to sniff cocaine off the back of dirty toilets? Why would he give me such great kids? How did I get so lucky? And I wanted so badly to say to her, it goes so fast. My oldest is going to be 14 in January, and I still remember the day she was born. I still remember the way she used to say, "Taka," instead of "thank you." I still remember when she wasn't so shy and she would do the Lord's Prayer or her little Jesus dance that she learned in preschool. I remember when she learned to spell Sullivan, and we were in the airport, and it was such a huge deal for us. And you realize that one day you take the diaper bag out for the last time, and you don't know that that's your last day with the diaper bag. You don't know that one day, they're home with you, and then one day they're in preschool, and now they're a kid that goes to school during the day, and they have a backpack. One day they nap for the last time. You don't know when you put them down for that nap that it's the last nap. And then things change. And, look, when you're in it, you can't see past your own nose. It's so labor intensive and you're so tired. And I could see her with these little boys, and I'm looking at me, and Michael's off to middle school for drop off, or whatever. And my kids are doing algebra, and they're, Olivia was mad because her sports bras were, her bra things weren't dry this morning. And, I have to remind Max to put on deodorant. And, Charlie was crying because they didn't get a day off for Veterans Day. What? I'm sorry. What branch of the government did you serve, 10-year-old? And, eventually you hit the point of parenting when you realize you're not teaching them how to work in a family unit anymore. You're teaching them how to survive in the world away from you. And it's like, you don't realize how fast that goes until you're on the other side of it looking backward. Because I watched them all. I remember fighting to get them all in the car seats and just saying, can you just get in your car seat? They wouldn't buckle themselves. It was all a fight. And now I watch them all just like get in the car and buckle their seatbelts, and like they're on their phones and they're talking to their dad. And, my job now is to teach them how to be good, productive members of a society that doesn't include me. Like it does, but it doesn't. And, that is the hardest transition for a mom, is that one day your lessons are not about you and them anymore. It's about them and the world. And you don't realize when that happens until you're in it and you're like, oh my God, like I've got to teach you how to understand politics, and I've got to teach you how to drive, and I've got to teach you how to make your own hair appointment, and you've got to learn to use a debit card. And it's not learning to spell your name anymore, or how to push your chair in, or bring your plate to the sink. Now it's how to order in a restaurant and sit nicely with your napkin in your lap. You've got to learn, Max, to stand up when a woman leaves the table. You've got to learn to let the woman order first. Will you be a good man? Are we teaching you the right ways? Like, Jesus, Christmas. Fucking Auntie M, Lord. And anyway, I wanted to say so much to her. I wanted to just stop her and be like, can I smell your babies? Totally weird. That's why I didn't do it. But I wanted to be like, can I smell them? Can I pick up the little one? Can I carry your diaper bag for 2 seconds? Do you need me to change someone's diaper? What can I do? But she doesn't know me like that, and those are not my kids. And it's like COVID, so she's probably like, no, even though I have 100 shots coursing through my mind. And instead, I smiled and said, your children are beautiful. And she said, oh, thank you, they're a mess. And I know that feeling. I know that feeling where you don't even feel worthy of taking a compliment because you're so tired and you feel like you're failing. And someone looks at you and says something sweet about your kids, and all you can think is, no, this one shit on the floor. This one colored on my wall. This one has allergies. This one won't eat anything. This one, whatever, was up all night. You feel like you're failing, that you're not even worthy of compliments about your beautiful family. And it's like, none of us are failing. We're all failing, and none of us are failing, is kind of how it is. So anyway, I resisted the urge to tell her that it goes so fast, because in this moment, she didn't need to hear that. She didn't need to hear that. She was going to fall on deaf ears, and it would probably make her skin crawl. Because there's part of us when they're that young that wants it to go faster. But you really don't, because when they go faster, so do we. And we get older, and we get more tired in different ways. You know, I can remember hugging my mom when she was 45 and thinking, ew, you're old and like the crypt keeper, get off me. And as cool as I think I am, or as hip as I want to be, I know when I hug Olivia most of the time, not all the time, but she's thinking, ew, you're old. You're like the crypt keeper, get off me. So I just want to say that if you know, you know. If you're new mom and you're watching this video and you're thinking, oh God, that's me, I can't take a compliment right now, I'm drowning, don't tell me how fast it goes, I don't fucking care. We get it, honey. We get it. We get it, and we understand you wanting to go faster because you just want to sleep. And let me tell you, you get a few years between 5 and 12 that you sleep soundly, and then they get to middle school and there's different issues and you don't sleep as soundly, and then they go to high school, from what I'm told, and they're out and they're partying and they're driving, and then you don't sleep at all, and then they go to college and you kind of sleep, but you sleep with one eye open in case the phone rings, and it's just like, fuck. So I think the best thing to do is sleep when you're a teenager, because after that it's all downhill. But I love you guys, and I just wanted to share this realization with you this morning because, like, how did Max go from being the boy that cried for me when I dropped him off at preschool? And they would call me and say, Jamie, Max is crying again. And I would say, okay, let Olivia come out in the hallway and see him, to the kid who has hair under his armpits. Like, when did that happen? And I just don't understand it. I mean, I do, but at the same time, like, I remember at that time when they kept calling me, it was such an inconvenience because I was trying to work, and hearing that your child is crying for you is like emotional fucking purgatory. And I would be like, why do they keep calling me? And why is he still crying? It's like the 18th day of preschool. And now I'm like, because I was all he knew. He went from being in my house, on my boob, in my arms, in my life. I was all he knew. And then I was like, here, go meet friends, go be great. And he was like, wait a minute, what? And now I feel like he's all I know. And he just wants, I'm crying in the hallway, guys. I'm crying for him. That's how I feel. Like, wait a minute. Can someone call Max and tell him I'm crying for him? Because I miss them, and I miss that. And they're still in my house, by the way. They're still home with me, and I'm already like mourning the fact that I know they're leaving. And last night we had so much homework, and I made 800 fucking dinners. It's a modern parenting. And I tried so hard to stay in the mindset of like, this is going to be over so soon, Jamie. This is going to be over so soon. Help them with math. Help them with Spanish. Make them the 15th dinner. Who cares? You know, who cares? One wanted eggs and hash browns. Max wanted steak and rice. I was just like, oh my God, it's fucking Jersey Belle Diner over here. But it's so hard. Anyway, if I would have put all this on that girl, she would have been like, my neighbor is psychotic. And to everybody who feels the need to remind me that it's Veterans Day, I was going to do a post later, a beautiful post, but your shameful comments are coming through loud and clear. I have so much appreciation for veterans. My father was a veteran. My grandfather was a veteran. My husband, Father Bob, my father-in-law, my niece, well, no, she's still active duty. She's not a veteran. But I love so many veterans, and I would much rather this country celebrate Veterans Day than Columbus Day. And I absolutely love Veterans Day. And I love our veterans. So thank you to everybody who has served this country. Anyway, if any of you feel like you're standing in the hallway of life crying for your kids to come back, I just want you to know that I totally get it. I totally get it. And I'm there with you. I'm there with you. And to anyone who is in the phase of transition and your children are off and out and driving and partying and you're a wreck all the time and nervous and you feel sick and you have diarrhea, I hear you. I hear you, and I'm one step behind you. Okay? Anyway, I love you guys so much. So much. And we're in this together. We're in the hallway of life together. And we are crying for our children to come back. I love you, and I hope you have a great, great day.